guys, it's Jessie at Dirt on Hurt Adventures. I recently took a trip up to Salem, Massachusetts with one of my girlfriends. It was our first time visiting and it was fantastic. We loved it. We had such a nice time. With that said though, you really need to plan this out if you're going to go on a weekend in October. It's insanely busy and I did not actually intend on making a video about this, so you'll have to apologize for my actual video I'm posting because it's really nothing but a slideshow of photos. I wanted to enjoy my trip, so I didn't take a lot of video. But I did pick up quite a few tips while I was there that might be helpful if this is your first time visiting Salem. So I hope these help. Tip number 1, wear comfortable shoes. The first day we were there, we walked 9.5 miles. They do have Uber, but if you're going to be there on a weekend in October, you're not going to get far because of the traffic. So definitely wear a comfortable walking shoe. Tip number 2, bring cash. I'm going to circle back to this in a little bit and explain why. Tip number 3, if at all possible, try to come during the week. It's going to be a lot less busy than it is on a weekend. The weekends are insane. Tip number 4. If you want to get a parking spot, you need to get there early, especially if you're going on a weekend. We had no trouble on Friday, and in fact, parking on Friday was $6. Saturday it jumped up to $30. The main parking garage was also full by 11. We happened to find a apartment building that was being built and they were letting you park in the parking lot for $20, but you had to have cash. So it was $20 instead of $30. This is also why you want to carry some cash with you. Tip number 5, trolley tickets. This is a great way to see Salem, but if you want to buy tickets, you have to get in line early. You cannot purchase them online. You have to buy them the day of. We arrived 30 minutes early and there was already a line. So you definitely want to get there early if you want to get a ticket for the trolley. Tip number 6. If you get a trolley ticket, sit on the passenger side. That's where you're going to see everything. We sat on the driver's side and we didn't see anything. Everything's on the passenger side. So make sure to get on that side. Tip number 7. If you want to eat at a specific restaurant for lunch or dinner, please make a dinner reservation or lunch reservation or you're not going to get in there. Every place we went to, we didn't have a reservation because we were not fully prepared for the madness on a weekend, and there was over an hour wait for every single place. So make a reservation. Most restaurants there allow it. Tip number 8. This is more just so you know instead of a tip, but there are porta potties everywhere. And I heard somebody complaining that the one she was in was really dirty. Well, go in another one because we did not have any trouble whatsoever. Every single one we went in was perfectly clean. No issues. So if you get in one and it's filthy, just go to another one. Tip number 9. If you're trying to buy an inexpensive souvenir, go to the trolley depot. This was the best place to buy a t-shirt that wasn't going to cost you $20 or $30 for a t-shirt. And also be prepared if you're going on a weekend in October to wait in line to go in a store. Tip number 10. When I tried to book a ghost tour online, they were all sold out. We were really disappointed. This was something we wanted to do, and we were very upset we didn't get a ticket. So when we got to town, we saw everybody was selling ghost tour tickets. So I was really confused. So I talked to one of the guys selling tickets. He said, oh yeah, we always hold some for people that just show up to the town. It's not fair to sell them all online, but you have to have cash. So this is another reason to have cash. He was going to let us pay with a card, but we got a $5 discount for paying with cash. So it's a lot cheaper to buy them the day of than buy them online. I think we saved $10 by buying them the day of and with cash. But once again, this is something you're going to want to do early so they don't sell out. Number 11, please feel free to dress up. A ton of people were dressed up. But just know, if you are dressed up in an elaborate costume, everyone's going to ask to have their picture taken with you. So just be prepared for that. Tip number 12, where did we stay? Well, this is Dirt Don't Hurt Adventure, so we camped. We were trying to book a site at Winter's Island Campground, which is in Salem. It was fully booked. I'm glad it was, because when we went on the trolley tour, which happens to go through this campground every half an hour on the weekends, we got to do a little sneak peek of it. And it's one of those campgrounds where if you're in an RV, you're in a parking lot. You don't really have a site. And if you were in a tent, you also don't have a site. You're just in a field and you just pull up your car and you pitch your tent. I don't love campgrounds like that. It's not my thing. I want my own designated area. We ended up staying at Harold Parker State Forest Campground. It was probably 35 to 40 minutes away from Salem, but it was worth it. It was worth driving it, and I'm going to tell you why, because Salem was so unbelievably busy. It was nice to get away from all of the people, stop at a restaurant that wasn't packed and get something to eat, and go to our nice, quiet campground. The restrooms were immaculate. It's a really nice place with lots of hiking trails. We didn't get to go on any because we didn't have time, but I would definitely go back to this campground again. Tip number 13, and this is probably the most important thing you need to know before you go. You need to be patient. You have to wait in line to even go into a store to buy a t-shirt. So obviously this place is insanely busy on a weekend in October. So you have to be very, very patient. Thank you so much for watching. I hope these tips were helpful, and I hope if you plan a trip, you have a good time and you're fully prepared for everything that Salem has to offer you. Please don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel. Thanks.